the money on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
What do you want from your sports book? Great odds, daily personalized promotions, same-game parlays you can boost for even bigger payouts. How about a faster app with easier withdrawals and complete security? PointsBet is offering no juice spreads on NFL games through the month of October. Well, what does that mean? How about even odds, plus $1 on all games? You can bet $100 to win $100. Stop burning money with other books. Sign up with PointsBet today. Download the app now and sign up with the code VSIN2K to get your first bet risk-free up to $2,000. Terms and conditions do apply. Void where prohibited. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem. The number is 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, here we go. Every Thursday at this time, the 5 biggest gaffes from the previous week, according to the maestro, in no hyperbole. Take it away.
The year 1981 gave us that classic movie starring Dudley Moore, Sir John Gielgud, Jill Eikenberry, and Liza Minnelli. Christopher Cross won the Oscar for Best Original Score to a Motion Picture. Number 5, When You Get Caught Between the Moon and Simple Mathematics. Yes, the film was Arthur, and we're talking about Atlanta Falcons head coach Arthur Smith. With 12 minutes and 51 seconds to go in the fourth quarter and leading 20-14, Cordarrelle Patterson has a 3-yard touchdown run to put the Falcons up 26-14. 26-14. Touchdowns and extra points are worth 7. What does Arthur Smith do? He sends that young Hoku out there to kick the extra point to go up 27-14. I texted a friend at this time, if they lose 28-27, Arthur Smith should be fired on the spot. How do you not go up 2 scores there? Well, of course, Tua has a couple short touchdown passes, and the Falcons actually fall behind 28-27, but Koo hits the game-winning field goal as time expires. I just don't get it. What's the argument there to kick the extra point?
I was screaming at the television. This didn't get enough attention. That's why you come to no hyperbole. I laid 2 and 2.5. I go, what is this bozo doing? This is 3rd grade math, this guy.
Terrible. Terrible. You know how bad the early slate was. I had the volume on the Falcons and Dolphins because that was the only competitive game. That only game that had a decision. Okay, number 4, putting the U back in unfathomable. Did you happen to catch? Did you happen to catch the end of the first half of the Miami game with NC State? Well, maybe I'm a little sore because I had under 29.5 end game for the first half. Miami, with about a minute to go, has 3rd and 2 from their own 30. They get stuffed. So they punt the ball back to NC State. Miami's winning 14-10. NC State gets the ball on their own 27 with 30 seconds left and 1 timeout. No problem against Manny Diaz. First play, beat over the top for 50 yards. Down to the 46 yards. Now they're at the Miami 27. They're sprinting down the field. There's 20 seconds. The clock stops. They're sprinting down the field to spike the ball. Wait a minute, timeout. I said, boy, they should have spiked the ball. Oh, no, Manny Diaz called timeout. Manny Diaz called timeout so that they didn't have to spike the ball to set his defense, I guess, who had just come on the field after a punt to blitz 7 guys and not get there. NC State throws an easy touchdown pass, 73 yards in 15 seconds, and I blow the end. How do you do that?
Wow.
They went off the field at Joe Robbie to halftime to chorus of boos from all the Miami fans. They came back and won the game in the end 31-30. But to me, that's unfathomable. You give up a touchdown in that spot. Number 3, 1978 was the year. Neil Diamond and Barbra Streisand, the great duet. Number 3, You Don't Bring Me Flowers. Football is a violent game. It's about toughness and physicality. Coaches are inspirational leaders of men. They have to get men to run through a wall for them. We've heard great speeches from football coaches. Let's go back to when Jimmy Johnson was at the U. We're going to play like a pack of wild dogs. How about in the Catholic versus Convicts game, after they had the skirmish on the field before the game and they went back into the locker room, the Notre Dame locker room is going nuts. They're throwing helmets. Lou Holtz comes in. He says, gentlemen, you have an afternoon to play the game, a lifetime to remember the game. But do one thing. Leave Jimmy Johnson's butt for me. And I'm cleaning it up here for the young kids there, right? How inspirational is that? We even have P.J. Fleck, the boat rower. Row the boat, row the boat, row the boat. And now we have Nick Sirianni.
I put a picture of a flower up, right, and that it's coming through the ground, and the roots are growing out, and the roots are continuing to grow out, and everybody wants to see results. Shoot, nobody wants to see results more than us, right? We want to see results too, but it's really important that that the foundation is being built and that the roots are growing out. And the only way the roots grow out every single day and they grow stronger and they grow better is if that we all water, we all fertilize, we all do our part. Each individual coach, each individual player, everybody in the building, that we do our part to water to make sure that when it does pop out, it really pops out and it grows.
Flowers? I thought this was the parable of the seeds. Some seeds fall on rocky ground. Listen, the last time flowers correlated to success for an NFL player was when Merlin Olsen was a pitchman for FTD. Get out of here with this Sirianni. All right, number 2. Try Adagio. How about this game Friday night in Logan, Utah? I feel so bad for Colorado State. They're down 9 with 4 minutes. They did everything right to come back and win that. They drive down the field, they get a touchdown. They finally force a punt. They get the ball back. They're on the 39-yard line, 3rd and 10 with 20 seconds to go. No timeouts. They hit a 15-yard pass play for first down. The clock stops with 10 seconds left. The offense goes up to spike the ball. We got a picture of it, the confusion on the field. Here comes the kicking. They're running on. They're running off. Eventually, they get this. If you go back and watch, it's a false start. They're not even set, right? They're not. The line didn't even get set. If you go back and watch the play, they missed a false start. They don't block on the right side of the line. The kick is rushed. The timing's off. He misses the kick. David Dazio asked afterwards on Monday, what the heck happened in that game?
When you go into a Mayday field goal, which you have to have ready in that situation, if you don't get the first down, you've got a Mayday field goal. That's a quickened tempo, which is what we work on all the time. That's a quickened tempo. Okay, so we ended up in Mayday. Didn't need to be, but we did. We ended up there. And so that's a quickened tempo. And you can see on the film that Caden didn't have the same setup time that he would normally have. So, of course, I'm going to tell you that if we had the normal setup time, we wouldn't have had the rush steps. Now, you have to have that if you're in Mayday.
No, nobody stopped the kicking team from rushing onto the field. Maybe nobody told them, hey, if we get a first down, just stay there. We're going to spike the ball.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
Remember when he was there? I think it was 2015 or 16. He had like goal to goal with 30 seconds left. That went touchdown to win the game. He ran it twice and the clock ran out. I mean, this was a huge game in the Mountain West in determining the championship, too. They would have been in the driver's seat, Colorado State. Now they're in big trouble here. Let's stay in the Mountain West for number 1. 1969, Louis Armstrong on Her Majesty's Secret Service. We have all the time in the world. Marcus Arroyo. He makes the list again. Mitch, I don't want to rub salt in the wounds because you had UNLV in this game. I don't think they're ever going to win a game under this guy. They're up 17-3 on this team, San Jose State. San Jose State finally ekes out a field goal with a minute to go in the half. It's 17-6. They're in great shape. They get the ball in their own 25. They don't even really have to run a play. They only have one timeout left. They run the ball. Chuck Williams, the Chuck Wagon, he gets 8 yards. They don't rush to the line. They come up. They snap the ball again. They run the ball. Gets another. Now he's got a first down at the 37. There's 16 seconds left. Take a knee if you're not going for it. They weren't going for it. They're just handing the ball off. Hands the ball off. The Chuck Wagon fumbles. San Jose State gets the ball with 13 seconds left. Oh, of course, 40-yard pass on first down to get first and goal. And then they run it in virtually on the last play of the half for 17-13. They asked Arroyo, what were you doing there? Why didn't you take a knee? He said, well, we thought maybe we could break a big run. We thought we could break a big... All right, now let's go to the second half. San Jose State comes back, and they tie the game. UNLV's driving. They get stopped. It's about 4th and 1.5 from the 22 with 9 minutes to go. I thought they should have went for it. I mean, they run the ball with Williams all night. No, he decides to kick a field goal. It gets blocked. San Jose State goes right down the field, scores a touchdown, 27-20 San Jose State. UNLV gets the ball back with 7:14 and 3 timeouts, and the game ended as they ran out of time in the red zone on a sack and had no timeouts left. They had 19 plays on this drive. 11 of them, they snapped the ball with less than 15 seconds left on a running clock. They ran the game out on this. If you had an NFL team or a college team that you were winning and covering, and you needed them to run 7.5 minutes and off the clock, there'd be like 1% chance they could do it, and they're trying to do it. Mm-hmm. This guy ran the clock out on himself. He said, well, we're all disappointed. Our players are disappointed they didn't make the plays. Players are disappointed they didn't make the plays. They're never going to win it.
He is totally lost.
Incredible. Great writing as always.
Yep.
My God.
Awesome job.
Not good.
I mean, both of those mishaps from Mountain West teams were as bad as it gets.
There's an argument which was worse.
For sure.
I think it's UNLV because it was a whole long orchestrated thing. I mean, Adazio, it's one. Both of them cost their teams the game.
For sure.
But Adazio was a one play. He's 19 plays of incompetence at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Plus the run at the end of the half. There's no way San Jose should have won that game.
And at all.
Ever.
Or covered.
No.
And they did both. All right, let's follow the money here on VSiN. Excellent job, as always, to the Maestro. Up next, in-pocket plays. Recap what we had last night, if run anything tonight and moving forward. And Halloween is a very busy weekend here in Las Vegas. I want Mike to give the audience perspective of what does it get like downtown Las Vegas every time Halloween is on the calendar. That's coming up next.